In this skill, our goal is to rearrange equations into different forms to solve for a specific variable. To do this, we're going to be using PEMDAS. P stands for parentheses. E stands for exponents. M stands for multiplication. D stands for division. A stands for addition. And S stands for subtraction. This is the order of operations. So if we're putting numbers into an equation, this is the order we would carry out each of those things. Now, when we're rearranging an equation, we're going to have to work backwards through the order of operations in order to get to the thing we're trying to find. So let's do this question here. Our question is y equals a squared times x minus b. We're trying to get a on its own. So right now we have a squared multiplied by x minus b. That's equal to y. So to get a on its own, I need to get rid of the squared, the x, and the minus b. But where do I start? So looking at PEMDAS, we're going to start at the bottom and work our way up. So the first thing that we would take care of is any subtraction. Right now we have a minus b. That's subtraction. So first we're going to take care of that. And to take care of something, we're going to do the opposite to it. So instead of minus b, I'm going to add b. And anything I do to one side of my equation, I also have to do on the other side. So if I add b on the right, I'm also going to do add b on the left. Now on the right, if we subtract b and then we add b, that just adds to 0. So I can take those things away from my right-hand side, and I'm left with b plus y is equal to a squared multiplied by x. Awesome. Okay. Now I still need to get a on its own. Right now it's squared and it's multiplied by x. So looking at my list, we've done our subtraction. We don't have any addition on the right-hand side. Next, I'd be looking for division. We don't have any division on the right-hand side. We do have multiplication. So that's the next thing that I'm going to undo. And remember, to undo something, we're going to do the opposite. So the opposite of multiplication is division. So if I divide by x on the right, I also have to divide by x on the left. Now, multiplying by x and then dividing by x, again, has no effect. So I can cancel those out on the right, and I'm just left with b plus y divided by x is equal to a squared. Awesome. Okay. Now we've done the multiplication on the right. The last thing left is squared. That's an exponent. So that's going to be our next and final thing we're going to do, since we don't have any parentheses in this question. To get rid of squared, we're going to do the opposite, or inverse function, which is the square root. So if I square root on the right-hand side, remember I have to do the same thing to the left that I do to the right. So I'm going to square root on the left-hand side as well. And if I take a squared and then I take the square root of that, that cancels out to just give me a. So I'm left with a is equal to the square root of b plus y divided by x. So that's my first step, rearranging my equation. And to do that, I worked backwards through the order of operations, which is given by PEMDAS. And I undid each of those things until we were left with just a remaining. So now we can go ahead and put in our numbers. For b, we're told in the question it's 7.12, plus y, which we're told in the question is 15.0, divided by x, which we're told in the question is 3.24. So putting that all into my calculator, I get out a value for a of 2.61. So let's go ahead and put that in our answer box here. Awesome. Let's do one more question of this type. So in this question we have y is equal to parentheses A multiplied by x plus b divided by c. Now looking at PEMDAS, we do have addition here. So you might think we would get rid of that first, but parentheses exist. So because we have parentheses around this whole thing, that's going to stay as a unit until we can get it on its own. So first, I'm going to have to deal with my c, which is our division. Right now, it's divided by c. So I'm going to multiply by c on both sides of my equation. That way, on the right, we have divide by c. Then we have multiply by c. So those are going to cancel out. And now the only thing on the right-hand side is ax plus b. So we can get rid of those parentheses because we don't need them anymore. Now we can start again working up from the bottom of PEMDAS. So after you've worked on your parentheses and gotten rid of that, you can start again from the bottom. So we don't have any subtraction on the right-hand side, but we do have addition. So I want to get rid of my plus b. To do that, I'm going to just subtract b on both sides. So my plus b and my minus b are going to cancel on the right-hand side. Now I'm just left with a multiplied by x. I don't have any division on the right-hand side, so I'm dealing with the multiplication now. So I'm going to do the opposite of multiplying by x, which is dividing by x. Remember, we have to do everything that we do to both sides. So my x's are going to cancel out on the right, and I'm left with just a. So that gives me a is equal to negative b plus c multiplied by y divided by x. Putting in my numbers, b is 6.58, so I've got negative 6.58, plus c, which is 8.30, multiplied by y, which is 14.8, divided by x, which is 4.56. So putting that all into my calculator gets me out an answer of 25.5. So we can go ahead and fill that in our answer box here. So to summarize how you're going to work with rearranging these equations, first you're going to identify the thing that you're trying to find. Then you're going to start at the bottom of our PEMDAS list and work your way up. Remember, anything in parentheses you have to deal with last. So if you have something in parentheses, draw a circle around it to block it off and work out the other parts first before you work on the stuff inside the parentheses. Then you can work on PEMDAS again, starting from the bottom to the top. Finally, once you've rearranged your equation, you can put in your numbers and find your answer.